What happens when you get two childhood friends that have not seen each other in 35 years on a podcast? Well, that's about to happen right now. My next guest on the Whatever It Takes show is my childhood friend, Rob Van Hyfte. And I've not seen Rob in over 35 years since we graduated 8th grade in 1989. And Rob does a lot of coaching, and we're going to be talking about his Summit-Mindfulness business, what he's up to, and his move from Chicago to Colorado, where he lives now. And it's going to be a lot of fun. And obviously, I'm not wearing a tie today. I think this is going to be a really great interview to sit down and very chill, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And I'm excited to reconnect with Rob because, as I said, it's been 35 years. So we're going to see what he's up to. And I think that's the power of social media and the power of the universe, putting us all together again in certain spots, in the right spots. And I'm just excited to interview Rob because he's got a cool business. And it's neat to see him grow and evolve over the years. And I've watched him on Facebook, and sure we've chatted here and there, but it's really going to be great to reconnect and sit down and have a discussion. So without further ado, let's get to the Whatever It Takes show.
Our world is changing faster and faster. Humans are constantly on the go. Over 70% of people are not happy in some way. They're living in the shadows of fear, especially in their careers and life. Are we humans doomed? I don't think so. And that's where I come in. My name is Joseph Stanley Reichowski, otherwise known as Joe Woo. Each week, I seek to uncover what it takes to truly live your life to the fullest by finding out through interviewing people what were their failures and what did it take for them to reach success. Their stories are truly inspiring, and perhaps they'll inspire you to let go of your fear and live your career and life to the fullest.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the Whatever It Takes show. I've got somebody special here, as I mentioned in the intro, somebody I haven't seen in about 35 years. Grade school friend of mine, Rob Van Hyfte. What's going on, Rob?
It's great to see you, Joe. Thanks for reaching out.
I know, it was kind of cool, and that's what I love about social media and online and Facebook and everything. It kind of brings your past back, and you reconnect with people, which is awesome. So I love to reconnect, and it's been great, man.
Agreed. It's been fun.
Yeah. So what have you been up to, Rob? It's been 35 years, right?
Yeah. We have a lot to catch up on.
I know. So you grew up in Chicago and then, moved to Colorado. So I was in Chicago in the mid 80s, and it was like a beautiful time. I mean, we had the Bears coming into it, Super Bowl. Then we had Jordan, which was amazing. And, the Cubs and White Sox a little bit, not so much, but it was a lot of fun. So I know. It was good. So yeah, you were in Chicago and then you moved to Colorado. So what was that like, and why did you want to move to Colorado? Curious on that.
Well, I was in Chicago for 35 years, and I still have a lot of great friends and awesome family members there. But at some point, I was just kind of looking for a change, and I wanted to be more active, especially in the winters. You know how long nasty those Chicago winters can be. And I visited Colorado, fortunately, a bunch when I was a kid. So it just kind of made sense to come out here.
Right.
Where I live right now, you kind of get shamed in a fun way in the winter when you're not outside. They're like, get outside. In Chicago, you kind of hibernate like a bear. So Colorado is just kind of calling me, and it's been a good move for me and now my family.
Right. And I remember you guys used to do all that skiing, so I remember you go away. So I guess that's definitely a natural fit for you then.
Yeah, that's nice.
That's cool. So one of the things you've done with your life is create Summit-Mindfulness, as a business and a passion to help people. And it's kind of funny how like it just came up in my news feed the other day, and it really intrigued me. So how did it come about, that whole process?
Well, I have a master's in education. I've always had a passion for teaching people. And I started to think to myself, what do I really want to teach? Do I want to teach language arts, in a school? Where am I drawn to? And when I was in my 20s, I didn't have any good tools to deal with stress and anxiety, depression, chronic pain. And a friend gave me a meditation book. So I started my own mindfulness practice probably
Oh, wow.
about 25 years ago. And I just kind of married the two together. I married my love for teaching and my love for mindfulness together. And that's how Summit-Mindfulness came about. And when I started it, it was kind of funny. When I said, have you heard of mindfulness? Most people would give me the deer in the headlights look. No one knew what it was. And then
Right.
COVID really changed that, right? Everybody all of a sudden was interested in their mental health. All these mindfulness apps became super popular. The classes
Right.
I was teaching at my last company would fill up and even have waiting lists. So it became really popular, and I've been fortunate to share that with people.
No, that's awesome. And how long have you been doing it now specifically?
2015, I
Okay,
actually
2015.
got the LLC going.
Gotcha. Gotcha. That's really cool. So, obviously a big area I think a lot of people have is stress. Stress is a big word. People use it for like everything, but what are areas that people seem to be stressed out the most? Like, where do you find people are really stressed out in life?
I think the biggest thing people stress about are the what ifs. What may happen. Thinking and worrying about the future, and even some people like to really focus on the past and rehash the past a lot. So what I teach people to do is just stay in the present moment. I know it's become a cliche, right? Just
Right.
be in the present, but we really get into it. And that's the main core of the mindfulness practice, is to be right where you are. Because even if your current reality is really challenging in that moment, I've experienced way less stress, way less anxiety when I'm practicing being in the moment than, versus worrying about, what bill to pay or what I said
Right.
yesterday to somebody that I regret.
Yeah, no, that's a great point because I think we all do it. The what if, I was doing it the other day. I was like, okay, so what if I don't have this for the business? What I'm like, wait, and I kind of coached myself out of it, and I'm like, you can't think about what might or might not happen. You got to think about the present moment. Like, what do I need to do to get there? And when I kind of re-engineered it that way, my mindset and the language, I said, it was like, okay, cool, and I was done. But it's
You're
yeah, that's
right.
that's a big area.
Yeah, it really causes a lot of suffering when you're stuck in constantly worrying or constantly thinking about what could happen. I've read studies about how much stuff we worry about actually comes to fruition, and it's a fraction. I mean, it
Right.
really is a fraction. So
Yeah.
that was kind of refreshing to read that, like, hey, it's actually true. Just stop obsessing about the future so much.
Oh yeah. So what are some ways that you see people can reduce, stress and anxiety? Like if there's a takeaway, somebody can just something maybe easy and then some good tactical stuff that they can take with them to say, okay, this is a great way I can reduce some of the stress and anxiety I have.
I think there's some major pillars here that people can practice. I'm sure that everybody's heard about great diet, exercise, the support network of awesome family and friends. Those things are hugely important, and I would call those pillars. But beginning some kind of mindfulness practice, some sort of breath-based practice or meditation,
Right.
whatever you'd like to call it. And the term meditation, it doesn't mean you're practicing some sort of religion. It's just a practical strategy, a practical
Right.
mindfulness strategy to uh, focus on something like the breath or such as counting. So I think that's a really important part of reducing stress and anxiety, is that mindfulness piece. And there's a couple different ways that you can look at it. I like to really combine the formal practice, which is just maybe sitting in a chair or lying on your back, doing a body scan, doing a counting meditation. And something like that, you'd want to start really small, right? Maybe
Right.
5 minutes a day. Yeah, just, set small goals for yourself in the beginning and then build up 10, 15, 20, maybe max out about 25 minutes. But that's important to have that formal practice and to be proactive with it. A lot of people are like, I'm going to meditate or I'm going to practice mindfulness only when I'm stressed out. It's really important to be proactive. But the other part of it is informal practices. Now, that could just be like washing your hands, as
Right.
simple as that can be. Mindful eating, taking a bite and setting your fork down. Or I read a really cool book called A Clinician's Guide to Teaching Mindfulness, and there was a simple practice that we can do. You want to try with me real quick?
Yeah, let's do it, man. I like it. See, this is great. I love this on the spot stuff. So let's do it.
All right. All right. Cool.
Practice it.
All right. So sit up in your chair. Just make sure your spine's straight. And this one's called, and they named it this, it's called 2 feet, 1 breath. And it's one of the favorites of the students I've taught. And all we're going to do here is close your eyes.
Okay.
And just feel into your left foot. Feel your right foot. Take a deep breath. And let's repeat it. Whatever there is to feel, just connect with your left foot. Feel into your right foot. Take a deep breath. And smile on the exhale. Now, 2 feet, 1 breath. It's the shortest practice that I know. And it's something that's awesome for, let's say you get an email from, I don't care if it's personal or professional.
Right.
And your blood's boiling because it's really upsetting. And you know what you want to say back to that person, but do a 2 feet, 1 breath first.
I like
You
that.
know, get a chance for our emotions kind of follow a bell curve sometimes, or sometimes it's pretty jagged. And there's this
Right.
refractory period where it kind of chills out at the bottom. Kind of do 2 feet, 1 breath to give your body, your mind a chance to kind of chill out, or even before a big meeting or presenting. It's another really just quick reset. So those are things that I like, combining the informal and formal practices and being proactive with it.
I love that. And that was a really cool, simple, simple technique where like I just did that and I felt, not that I'm stressed right now, but there's a lot of stuff I'm thinking about and it just, you could feel a little bit more centered very quickly, just kind of in and out and just even at the end, a little smile. And that you're absolutely right. That works
Yeah.
really well because I had some instances earlier, I got emails from and I'm like, man, I got to get up and just do this. And I got frustrated and flustered, but something like that, I'm going to try that and see how that refocuses because I think that really works well.
Yeah. Quick refocus, right? A lot of
Yeah.
people just kind of forget to do mindfulness.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah.
Simple practice, but you forget to do it. So that's why we like those simple ones, those fast resets.
Right. And even like, the breathing, obviously, that's a big part of it.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can lower your blood pressure and lower your heart rate. There's lots of good things that come up from deep breathing.
And there's probably something like, situation with traffic, because traffic always kind of bothers me
Oof.
just sitting in traffic. Yeah. Somebody cutting you out, but I could just see where, just kind of shift your feet in the car and just, obviously you might not close your eyes, but just kind of breathe in and out like that, slowly and kind of smile. I could see that helping right away too. That's a great way to do that.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, a lot of gridlock for sure.
Yeah. We have it here out in the East Coast. It shouldn't be, but but that's a cool thing. I like that tip. That's great, man. Thank you for that.
Oh, yeah, my pleasure.
Very cool. So now you have a mindfulness for stress relief class starting next week. So tell us a little bit about that, what it's all about, and what are people going to look forward to in that class?
Yeah, I'm really excited. That's going to be starting on Tuesday. It's a 6-week class. I was really humbled to win a Brandon Hall Learning Award for Best Innovation and Training for this class. And we've had a lot of success with this. And it basically is twice a week, all online. Tuesdays, we introduce a new lesson. Thursdays, we reinforce that with some practice. And we do that, of course, for 6 weeks, do one-on-one training, one-on-one call, kind of combine with that as well.
Right.
Send recordings of the different meditations so you can download them to your phone. And then it all culminates at the end with a 9 to 3 retreat on a Saturday, because that extended period of time, that extended stillness, extended practice is really important as well, to just get a taste of that. So that's the 6-week program, and
Nice.
I'm excited that it's starting next week.
Yeah, that's great. No, and so what is the best way for somebody to get in touch with you? Obviously, we'll put the links out here for people to sign up, but where can they go and where can they contact you at?
Sure, you can give me a direct message on Facebook, for example. You can shoot me a text if you'd like to register. The cost is $300. I'm able to offer that at a highly discounted rate because of a wonderful company organization named Building Hope that gave me a grant. So you can reach out and text me at 720-300-1896, or you can also email me at ravh@summit-mindfulness.com. And you'll see that on the screen. And don't forget the dash. There's another Summit Mindfulness out there, but that's you can get a hold of me. I would love for some people to register. I have a few spots left. I do keep it to a small class so everybody gets personal attention.
Oh, that's awesome. That's really cool, and it sounds very interesting. I like what you're doing, man. It's cool. Never would have thought
Thanks.
that, because I know back in the day, you're doing some of the cool band stuff and all, and you're a great athlete and everything. And it's kind of cool to see this. It's funny how I was just thinking this the other day, like how we both evolved and grown and shifted, and never would have thought in a million years we'd be sitting here talking 35 years later and just
You kidding me? Absolutely, it's crazy.
It is. It's great. I mean, that's what I love about life right now, just all the things that come up and just how the universe puts you in the right place at the right time, and it's pretty neat.
It's been exciting to watch your podcast and your businesses evolve too. It's been awesome.
I appreciate that. And it's going to be great to see you continue, doing your thing and everything else like that, which is great. So this was a great talk, Rob. I'm appreciative of you taking your time, and thank you for joining us. And I think we learned a lot today with everything you gave us, what you're up to, and some of the unique things you're doing. And I just love the simple, technique you gave me. And I'm actually already thinking, okay, when can I use that? It's like perfect to do it in the morning, or just want to get those crazy emails, or just a tough situation. All right,
anytime. Yep.
Yeah,
you can do it. You can do it anytime for sure.
Appreciate it. Well, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, this is great. We're gonna do it again, and good luck with your program next week. And we'll put all your contact info up. And it's been great chatting with you, Rob.
Likewise. Thanks so much, Joe.
All right, we'll see everybody next time on the next episode. Thanks, everybody.
Well, another awesome show. Thanks, Rob Van Hyfte, for appearing on the Whatever It Takes show. Love the energy, and it was amazing just to reconnect after 35 years like that. I feel like we kind of picked up and like we never left. And it's really neat to see him in his transition from Chicago to Colorado, and his business and what he's doing. And of course, he's got his event coming up in a few days. I think it's very, very reasonable for what he's charging for all the stuff he's giving to you. So definitely, if you're interested, sign up for that. I think it's really good. And just the technique of the two-step breathing technique that I learned, very quick technique, it's something I'm going to implement that we forget about. Very easy things you can do. We don't have to do all these big, bold things. Sometimes it's the little things, like some breathing and just focusing on what we need to do, not worrying about all this other stuff. And Rob's work is amazing, because I think the mindset, mindfulness is really a huge thing in today's day and age. There's so much fear, stress, and worry and anxiety that I think Rob's got a great thing going to help all of us. So again, thank you, Rob, for joining us, and we'll see everybody next time on the Whatever It Takes show.